story of St. Cecilia, I do not think it's an extraordinary story. I think it can be a typical story in a Catholic school.
It started in the school and then it spread out to the parish, and it's really what we dream of seeing many different Catholic schools doing.
When you look at the way we've grown, it's been slow and steady, and it's been intentional the entire way.
So he says to care for the orphan, to care for the widow.
When I took the job at St. Cecilia, the school was in a difficult situation. Enrollment was declining, parish support for the school was waning. I think Catholic identity was being lost, and the school was approaching its 100th year. And I think Father Jamie knew that for the school to thrive, some changes need to happen. And part of that was building the enrollment. And yet, trying to build the enrollment without sacrificing Catholic identity and your real mission for being here.
Every single one of us here is called to serve God.
To make it succeed, you have to have the right people in the right spots, and you have to have a principal that believes in that, and not only believes in that, but believes in the faith.
Myra was one of the first people I called when I got my job. We talked about knowing we had to do something to grow our enrollment, and I was excited about the prospects of growing our Latino population. And in that initial meeting, I remember going in and all I talked about was the money. How are we going to do this? I was just going through the daily routines, trying to learn the school, learn the culture. But I always had in the back of my mind, the key to growing the school was going to be with the Hispanic population. I had convinced Father Jamie that we could offer a very low tuition, and we could get the education fund to support the tuition costs of the families. And it was the springboard to bringing in their younger children and then their friends and other people that they worked with. And it just had a natural, organic growth in the school. Along the way, Myra and I constantly worked to form relationships, to reach out to families, to make them feel welcome, to put things in place in the school that would show that we wanted them here, but it was going to be a genuine partnership.
The partnership that we've had with St. Cecilia, with the Archdiocese, it has really flourished as far as working together, working on finding different ways of ministering to the community. How do we help the students once they're in our doors? How do we make sure they're successful? Are we reaching out our parents so that they're involved in our school?
I met Myra at a health fair, and she introduced me to Catholic schools, and when I was ready to bring my child to school, she brought me to St. Cecilia. I started volunteering, helping out with the Hispanic families, and now I'm part of the staff helping our families to communicate to the teachers, communicate to the principal, and in general, yes, as a bridge for the families to the staff, because they have that support in their own language.
Part of having a Latino population in our school, which went from 3% to over 40%, we wanted to make some intentional efforts to bridge cultures. And I remember I had this vision that we could do a Latino festival in the spring, and two of our fathers are in a band, and they said something about playing, and I said, let's do it, but let's make it bigger than just your playing. Let's do a complete celebration of Latino culture. We'll do it in May. And when we brought the parents together, they were thrilled and excited. And I gotta tell you, it's the parents that really own this event.
Our parents just love the fact that the school takes the initiative of opening the doors to have this. And it really sends the message that this is their community, this is their family. And when you see them in action, when you see how they're participating, it really warms your heart because it tells you this is what Latino Outreach is about.
It's hands-on and getting to know people. Everybody was just hanging out, listening to good music, watching people dance, having a good time. And there was a certain amount of sharing the fact that we all enjoyed being in St. Cecilia together.
we make up one community, and we need to act as one community. And the more that we can pull together and share ideas and become friends, and not only our children, but us as the adults, it makes it a better community for everybody.
Cuando tenemos el Festival Hispano, los papás me comentan mucho de que les halagan mucho la manera de vestir, de peinar de las niñas, de los niños, de cómo disfrutamos nosotros. Nosotros siempre comemos, hablamos, bailamos y es algo muy bonito que queremos mostrarle a la gente, que nosotros venimos a este país a respetar, a trabajar, a echarle ganas, y también a mostrar lo que somos, lo que tenemos, y es bonito que ellos lo aprecien de esa manera.
I see families that are hardworking and they want what's best for their kids and they sacrifice for their kids, and the faith means so much to them, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that their children get something better in their lives than what they may have. Our Latino families have been just such a blessing to our school. We've kind of done this together, and they've been such an integral part to the growth of the school, but also integral to the cultural shift that the school has taken. And I've also seen how the parish has been a tremendous gift to our families.
Me gusta cuando los papás a veces me comentan, a mi hijo antes no le gustaba ir a la iglesia, no le gustaba ir a misa, y ahora mi hijo ya está rezando, aunque sea en inglés, pero está rezando, está aprendiendo las oraciones, se confiesan, cantan las canciones de la iglesia. Entonces eso es bonito porque los niños es una manera de acercarlos un poquito más a Dios y de cosas que antes no hacían, ahora ya.
For me, the story has just been what all Catholic schools can do if they have a good team that is committed to the mission and committed to Catholic education, growing enrollment, and reaching out to Latino families, but even beyond Latino families. Because, you know, half of our school population is not Catholic, and yet we treat each and every one of them as if they are. And I think that mission of evangelization, any Catholic school can do. And you can fill your school if you take the initiative, work hard, find the right team, and you are genuine about what you're really trying to do.